Imagine this. You're not judged on your best moment, not your skills, not your potential, but on a few small seconds, on the worst day of your life. A day where everything goes wrong, not all at once, but slowly, carefully, like it's planned. And by the time something important happens, you're already too tired to be your best self. This is that story. Chapter 1. The Morning That Was Already Lost. There's a strange feeling right before everything goes wrong. It's quiet, almost peaceful, too peaceful. That's what woke her up. Not an alarm, not a sound, just silence. Her eyes opened slowly. The sunlight was already too bright, not soft morning light, but late morning light, heavy, unforgiving. Her body didn't move at first, but her mind already knew. Something was wrong. She reached for her phone, 9:15 a.m., and just like that, the day broke. Not cracked, not shifted. Broke. Because some days don't give you time to fix things. They just start wrong. Her alarm didn't ring, or maybe it did. Maybe she was just too tired to hear it, too exhausted to care, too human to be perfect. But none of that mattered now, because today was her job interview, the one she needed, the one she told herself would change things. And now she was starting it from behind. Oh no. She sat up too fast. The room spun slightly. Her heart raced before her feet even hit the floor. There's no graceful way to recover from a morning like that. Only chaos. Chapter 2. Trying to fix what's already broken. She rushed, but rushing doesn't mean control. It just means faster mistakes. Toothbrush in one hand, phone in the other, hair half done, mind somewhere else entirely. She looked in the mirror. Not long, just enough. Tired eyes, messy hair, a face that already looked like it had lost. "This is fine," she whispered, but it wasn't, and she knew it. Still, she moved forward, because stopping would make it worse. Chapter 3. The First Domino. The Kitchen. The kitchen felt smaller than usual, like the walls were closer, like everything was watching. She just needed something quick, something simple. Toast. It should have been easy. It always is. She put the bread in, pressed it down, turned away just for a second. That's all it takes. Because when your mind is somewhere else, simple things stop being simple. The smell came first, burnt, sharp, immediate. She froze, then turned back, smoke rising slowly like it was proud of itself. Really? She pulled the toast out, black, completely useless. There's something oddly frustrating about small failures, because they shouldn't matter, but they do, especially when they stack. She dropped it in the sink. Fine, coffee. That would work. It always works. Except today wasn't always. Her hands weren't steady, not fully. She poured too fast. Her grip slipped just slightly, and that was enough. The cup tipped. Coffee spilled. Straight onto her shirt. White. Of course it was white. Time slowed. She watched it spread. Dark. Obvious. Unavoidable. She didn't react immediately. That pause again. That quiet disbelief. Then, wow. Not loud, not angry, just tired. Because at some point, you stop being surprised. Chapter 4. Still choosing to try. She could have stopped. She could have given up right there, changed clothes, called to reschedule, blamed the morning, and it would have been reasonable. But she didn't, because hope is stubborn, even when logic isn't. So she grabbed her things and left. still believing somewhere deep down that the day could recover. Chapter 5. The Bus That Didn't Wait. She ran through a city that didn't care. Cars moved, people walked. Everything continued, as if her day wasn't falling apart. She saw the bus, close enough to try, far enough to fail. Wait! She ran faster, but some things don't wait. The doors closed, the bus left, and she stopped, breathing hard, watching it go. Of course. And that's when something shifted, not outside, inside. That quiet realization, this isn't going to be easy. Chapter 6. The Bus That Gave False Hope. The next bus came, full, too full, but she got on anyway, because she had to. The air inside was heavy, people close but distant, no connection, no warmth, just existence. She squeezed in, trying not to be noticed, trying not to take space. And then something unexpected happened. A seat opened, right in front of her. She blinked, then sat quickly before it disappeared. She leaned back, closed her eyes, and exhaled. Finally, a break. A small one, but enough. And sometimes that's all it takes to believe things are getting better. Chapter 7. The Moment That Felt Right. Then the bus stopped. An old man stepped on, slow, fragile, careful. Everyone saw him, and then no one did. Eyes shifted, phones lifted, responsibility avoided. That silent moment where someone should act, but no one does. She saw it, felt it. She looked down, then back up. Her seat suddenly felt heavy, important. She was tired, so tired. She deserved this break, didn't she? But still, she stood. "Sir, you can take my seat." He looked at her, surprised, then smiled, warm, genuine. "Thank you." And just like that, the moment changed. Not big, not dramatic, but real. And for a second, it felt like things were finally turning. Chapter 8. The Cost of Being Good. It didn't last. The bus moved. People shifted. She lost balance, got bumped, again and again. Her arm tightened on the rail, her body tired again. Kindness didn't make things easier, it just made them different, and reality always returns. Chapter 9. The Universe Doesn't Pause. She stepped off the bus, careful, drained, trying to reset. Then a car passed, too fast, through a puddle, splash. Water hit her, hard, cold, everywhere. She didn't react, didn't move, just stood there. Of course. Because at some point, bad luck stops feeling random and starts feeling intentional. Chapter 10. One Last Chance. She looked up. The buildings stood tall, clean, perfect. Everything she wasn't feeling. This is it, she told herself. It has to get better now. She fixed her shirt, adjusted her hair, took a breath, and walked in. Chapter 11. The Test You Didn't Know You Were Taking. The lobby was quiet. A security guard mopped nearby. He looked at her, smiled. "Careful. Wouldn't want you slipping." She forced a smile. "Thanks." But she wasn't really there. Not mentally, not emotionally. The elevator doors opened. They stepped in together. And then he kept talking. Friendly. Too friendly. Standing too close. Trying to connect. On another day, maybe she would have responded differently. But not today. Today, she had nothing left. So she gave nothing. Short answers, no eye contact, no warmth. Not rude, but not kind. just empty. The doors opened. She walked out and left that moment behind. Or at least, she thought she did. Chapter 12. The Illusion of Reward. She walked into the interview room and froze. The old man, now in a suit, calm, confident. "I remember you." Her heart lifted. Finally, something went right. "You showed kindness today." Relief. "You're exactly what we need." Hope. This was it. Everything worth it. Everything finally paying off. Chapter 13. The Truth Hits Hard. Bang! The door flew open. The security guard rushed in. "Not again!" He grabbed the old man. "You're the janitor!" Everything shattered. "It's dress-up professional day!" "Staff dress like executives. Executives dress like staff." And just like that, the illusion ended. Silence. Then he turned back, calm, professional. "I'm the hiring manager." Her stomach dropped. "I saw you earlier." And suddenly, everything came back. "You weren't rude," pause, "but you weren't kind either." She tried, "I just had a really—" "We look for consistency." And that was it. Chapter 14. The Quiet Ending. She walked out, slow, heavy, not thinking, just moving. She stepped outside, and then a bird flew overhead. Plop. She didn't react, didn't move, didn't care. Because sometimes, when enough goes wrong, you don't break. You just stop. I'm going back to bed. Some days test your patience. Others just destroy it. Chapter 15. The Walk That Didn't Feel Real. She didn't go home right away, not because she had somewhere else to be, but because going home meant accepting it was over. So she walked. No direction, no destination, just movement. The city kept going like nothing had happened. Cars passed, people laughed. Someone somewhere was having a good day. And that felt strange, because hers had collapsed, and yet nothing around her changed. That's the hardest part sometimes, realizing the world doesn't pause for your worst moments. Chapter 16. Replaying Everything. It started quietly, the replay, the elevator, the guard, his voice, her responses, short, cold, distant, not rude, but not kind. She sighed, not loudly, just enough to feel it, because now, with everything over, she had time to think, and thinking is dangerous after a day like that, because you don't just remember what happened, you start imagining what could have happened. Chapter 17. The What-If Loop. What if she had smiled more? What if she had just entertained the conversation? What if she had been a little warmer, just for a few seconds? Would that have changed everything? Or would it still have ended the same? There's no answer to that. There never is. But her mind kept asking anyway, over and over and over. Chapter 18. Getting home doesn't help. Eventually, she made it home. The same messy room, the same bed she rushed out of. Nothing had changed, except her. She dropped her bag, sat on the edge of the bed, and just stared. No phone, no distractions, just silence. And that silence felt louder than anything else that day. Chapter 19. The Exhaustion That Won't Let You Rest. She lay back, closed her eyes. Her body was tired, completely drained, but her mind wouldn't stop. Every moment replayed, the smile from the old man, the splash, the elevator, the rejection. Over and over, like a loop she couldn't turn off. Sleep should have come easily, but it didn't, because sometimes you're too tired to sleep. Chapter 20. Midnight thoughts. The room was dark now, but her mind wasn't. It kept going, picking apart every detail, every decision, every word. It's strange how the smallest moments become the loudest at night. Things you didn't think mattered suddenly feel like everything. She turned over, then again, still awake. Chapter 21, 2:47 a.m. She checked the time. 2:47 a.m. It felt later, or earlier. Time didn't feel normal anymore. She sat up, ran her hands through her hair, exhaled slowly. There's a kind of loneliness that only exists in the middle of the night, where everything feels heavier and everything feels permanent. Chapter 22, The Quiet Breakdown. Not dramatic, no tears at first, just stillness. Then one thought, I really needed that job. And that was enough. Her eyes filled, not loud crying, not a breakdown, just quiet, tired tears, the kind that come from exhaustion more than sadness. Chapter 23, Morning Without Sleep. She didn't sleep, not really. Maybe a few minutes here and there, but nothing that counted. And then morning came again, too soon. The sunlight returned, same as yesterday, but she felt completely different, empty, heavy, slow. Chapter 24. The day after feels worse. There's something strange about the day after a bad day. You expect things to reset, to feel normal again, but they don't. Everything lingers. She sat on the edge of her bed, same spot, same room. But now, no interview, no urgency, no direction, just space. Chapter 25. The First Small Shift. She stood up slowly, walked to the kitchen, opened the fridge, not expecting anything, just moving. And then, something small, her favorite drink, the one she thought she ran out of, still there, unopened. She paused. It wasn't much, but it was something. Chapter 26. Unexpected Luck. She made breakfast, carefully this time. Toast came out perfect. No burning, no smoke, no chaos. She stared at it for a second, almost suspicious, then took a bite. It tasted normal, and for some reason, that felt new. Chapter 27. The Call She Didn't Expect. Her phone rang. Unknown number. She almost didn't answer, but she did. Hi, is this you? A pause. We reviewed your application. Another position just opened up. Her expression shifted slowly. You weren't selected for the first role. She already knew that. But we think you might be a better fit for this one. Silence. Would you like to come in tomorrow? Chapter 28. Processing Luck. She didn't answer immediately because it felt unfamiliar. Things going right, after everything. Yeah, she said finally. Yeah, I would. Chapter 29. The Strange Feeling of Balance. She sat there after the call, thinking. Yesterday, everything went wrong. Today, things were working. Not perfectly, but better. And that contrast felt strange, almost unsettling, like she couldn't fully trust it yet. Chapter 30. The Ending That Isn't Perfect. That night, she still didn't feel completely okay, not fully reset, not completely confident, but different. Because now she knew something. Days don't stay bad forever, and they don't stay good forever either. They just change. Final chapter. The real lesson. The next day might be better, or worse, or somewhere in between, but it won't be the same. And maybe that's the point. Because life isn't about one moment, or one day, or one impression. It's about all of them, together. And sometimes the worst day of your life is just the setup for something better you didn't see coming.